We have a problem. Their tank is 4 divisions higher than me.
Hey everyone, it's Skiesti. So this is a game where our tank was Plat 1 and the enemy tank was GM 1. Our tank actually did incredibly well, and I thought it would be a really fun game to share. Also, side note, if you're wondering what the heck is up with the names, it is the streamer mode. I have it enabled for the names of the people in my lobby, but not myself. So we have Hanzo and Cassidy here, as well as Ryan and Anna. I'm mostly going to be able to leave my Reinhardt to my Anna. I'll be watching his health when he is critical, just if I need to help out here and there. Otherwise, I'm going to be with our Cassidy and our Hanzo. Coming into this, I am starting just damage boosting our Cassidy because he's the one with the sightlines. Our Reinhardt is antied, so I'm not going to be able to help him. But once the anti wears off, I do heal him a little bit just to stabilize. There's someone on the right side, so I'm just going to be moving myself over to the left. Our Ryan is a little bit deep in there, and I can't follow up with him. I'm not able to save him, meaning we're gonna have to start backing up. I'm just damage boosting our Cassidy and staying in the entrance here while we wait for our Reinhardt to come back. We're just keeping our space while we wait. Now that Reinhardt is back, our Cassidy is going to start moving up, and I am going to try to help him from a bit of a safer space. That's a great pick on the Ashe. I am in such a bad position there. I shouldn't have been antied by that, but I'm trying to keep an eye on our Reinhardt because I know that this might be a tougher match for him, and I want to help him as much as I can while still also helping our DPS. I think I should have committed with our DPS on the left side and just left our Reinhardt on the right side and not worried so much about him. That was just a mistake on my part. Okay, coming back into here, we're going to be taking the high ground and just be damage boosting our DPS. Our Ryan starts aggressing onto point, but I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I'm falling off there and letting myself be in a line of sight of the Cassidy. I don't know why I'm doing that. I do end up balking so that we can maybe try to turn this. Oh my god. Her aim. It's so bad. Don't look. Don't look. When are they going to allow us separate sensitivities on her pistol? That's so embarrassing. Oh, bye Anna. Bye girl. You know what? Our spawn is right there, but we do it for the rest stat. And then I'm going to be pushing up with our DPS. I really need to be watching these sightlines a little bit better. I noticed that I'm peeking so that I can try to get in a position to help, and then I'm not really able to, and we end up losing both of our DPS. Cass because I don't have a sightline on him, and Hanzo, yeah. So we're just gonna play back here. I'm not gonna go for the res on either of them because I think I would probably have died from it, so we're just waiting. Here's our DPS back, so I'm gonna be with our Cass again. I'm just helping our Ryan when he gets critical so that he actually stands a chance. The Reinhardt gets nanoed, and yeah, there's not too much that we can do with this, so we just have to reset. Alright, so we're gonna just start here with our Hanzo and try to support him while he takes the high ground, except I'm just kidding because I'm actually going to be with our Cassidy, and actually I'm going back and forth between the two of them. Thank you, Skiesti. Shatter happened, it didn't matter, we're fine, our team's good. I'm helping our Reinhardt a little bit just because he was critical again, and I'm making use of Mercy's healing buff. Then we're just gonna start taking the space with our DPS here and supporting our Cassidy. There's someone up there, so I am pinging them just in case. Okay, they're all taking high ground here, so it's gonna be a little bit odd for us. I have Valk, and I'm gonna be potentially looking to use that right now. I'm Valking here so that I am able to help our DPS on the high ground as well as the rest of our team down main. It's a little bit split, so this Valk is very widely angled from me. Need to get over to our DPS. It's a little weird here, but I'm able to help them and just make sure they're okay. We're anti right now. There's a Cass coming up behind us. We'll just try to help our Cass push him out. We're not able to, but that's okay. I'm kind of going back with our team main, but I do see that our Cassidy wants to kind of do this off angle here, so I'm trying to support him there and see if we can get value here, see if we can get some picks. That's both of their DPS down, and I'm just going to keep helping him push this angle. See, that's kind of a fight that looks looked a little bit lost, but we ended up being able to come out on top of it by helping our Cassidy and supporting him on this like little flank. We're just going to be taking space with our Cassidy. I don't really want to be in a position where I take a lot of damage, but I do want to still help him, so I am just kind of sitting in this doorway here until the payload comes up, until the rest of our team gets here. I do see our Ryan critical, so I help him a little bit until he's healthy, and then back to our Cassidy. I think Cassidy is a better pocket here over the Hanzo in most cases, so as long as he has the better sightline, that's who I'm helping. I'm gonna Valk here so that we can have some pressure and try to really encourage our team to go up. Normally, I don't really like doing that, but I think that we are close enough to the enemy team that we can really encourage this aggression and really support it with Valkyrie. Our Ryan is being super aggressive in their spawn, and I love that for him. Pop off, King. You know, stuff the spawns. And he gets nanoed, but he also gets walled, so I can't help him. And I'm just gonna go back payload, and we cap anyway, so yeah. That is first round successfully capped. Our Ryan has been doing a stellar job. He's really been holding his own, and I was like complimenting him in game and stuff because I'm like, no, he was so worried in the beginning, but I'm like, no, you're doing great. Also, we have Junkrat and Cassidy, so I'm going to be with our Cassidy more unless we are going to be damage boosting spam. Like right in the beginning here, I should be damage boosting that spam and then damage boosting our Cassidy afterwards once they start pushing in. I'm able to get this res without them having a sightline on me because I'm able to like max range it pretty much. Our team is being pushed on point, which is a little dicey, and I'm a little worried, so I'm gonna help them out a tiny bit and just make sure that they are stable, make sure they're okay before going back over to our Cassidy. Unfortunately, we do lose our Reinhardt, and I don't have res, so we're just gonna have to try to make do with what we can. I think we might have to give this up. Unfortunately, we lose first point pretty fast, but we can try to make a good stand here on second point. I don't really like being on this low ground. Normally, when we're doing Blizzard World, you will typically tend to take the high ground with your DPS, especially the rotator position. So this is a little bit odd, but we'll just support them. Yeah, Karina, that's a rough one. Your favorite DPS character is Mercy? I'm an Ashe enjoyer. Also, the way that I'm trying to help our Ryan, I'm so afraid for him. For the Maywall, I'm so scared for him. We do manage to help him. He manages to do a little rock climbing to get himself away. Very good of him, very proud of him. I don't really like standing in this position. I think the low ground it's just kind of awkward, and I should be looking around more to my right side as well, but I assume I'm not hearing any footsteps, so I'm not too worried about that. We do see the Shatter coming in here, and I try to help a little bit with the, with our Reinhardt, but I'm not really able to do much, and I just retreat to our Junkrat, and I stay on the high ground too long and get messed up by the Kiriko, unfortunately. That is our first death this game. That was played really awkwardly by me, but I don't know. I should have just kept backing up probably, or I should have positioned more on the main platform instead of on the pipe there, but that's okay. It happens. So they're really close to capping here, so I am Valking so that we can push back against them, especially because our Ana is not quite in the fight yet. I'm trying to keep our Reinhardt up through the freeze and through all that damage, and then I'm gonna help our Cass trying to push the backline in there. Our Cass is finally taking the high ground, and we love to see it. See, this is what you would normally do, although a bit further up, but I think our Cass is worried about the payload, so we're just staying kind of further back and closer to it, which is okay, and I'm just using those little bits of cover. I don't want to be too close, so I am pretty much max beam range away and just following our team as we push up. As much as necessary, but not more than I have to. I'm trying to keep a sightline on our Cass, which is why I'm playing on this pipe without actually having to go too far forward into a place that would danger myself. Also, I can get this res onto our Ana really quickly before they push in aggressively like they are right now with Kiriko ults. There's the high noon. I almost get killed by that, but we do manage to narrowly avoid it. I'm just gonna be backing up our Cass here and really trying to make sure that he lives because they're pushing on him. I get shattered. Yeah, that's a tough one. They're not moving the payload though, so that's really good news for us, and I have Valk coming back, and we should have another fight. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with Valk. I probably didn't need to pop it this early, but I was a little bit worried. We do get the first pick onto the Ana and then the pick on the Reinhardt shortly after because he's antied and really low. I don't think I really needed Valk. I think it was kind of a waste, but because the enemy team was so close to capping, I was just a little worried. I'm gonna get this res quickly, just using, well, kind of my Reinhardt, but more so just the rocks for cover. So the enemy team is taking the high ground, which is tough for us. They have the advantage here. I accidentally take Nano, because I jump in front of our cast, and this is just a little odd for me. I'm not really sure what to do here. I don't know why I'm pistoling her, because I just ended up there and I was like, oh, I could definitely just take her out really quickly. No, I can't, and no, I shouldn't be doing that. So really, I should have just been on the low ground helping our Reinhardt and maybe our Junkrat if he ended up being in range of me, but I should have just been helping our team and trying to keep them alive until hopefully we had respawn advantage, but I really got in such a bad position there. I'm just taking the high ground while I damage boost our Cassidy. It's a bit of a safer position for me, and it also gives me a better vantage point to see what's going on. I'm helping our Reinhardt out a tiny bit while he's critical, and then moving back to our Cass, and then back to our Reinhardt again, just a little bit for the buffed healing, and then back to our Cass again. You guys see the pattern, right? I'm just gonna support our Cass while he is taking shots down main, making sure he doesn't die, especially as they are aggressing in here. So I do have Valk coming into this fight, but I'd really like to save it because I don't think it's quite last fight. We're also really separated from each other, and I don't think that we can quite benefit from Valk anyway because we are so far back, and then our Ryan was also antied at the time, so he wouldn't have benefited from Valk's healing or anything. Now I'm just trying to support our Reinhardt, especially because when he's in the bubble, he can't be healed by Ana, and then we're just finishing out this fight with Junkrat Tire and what our Ryan had done beforehand. So they do have one more fight, and now we still have Valk because we managed to save it last fight. I want to get onto the high ground again like I normally do so that it's harder for them to get to me, and I can just help from above within range. Okay, we're in overtime now, so I am gonna Valk, especially because they are aggressing, and I'm going to use my longer beam range to help from further back. I'm gonna res our Ana really quickly because we have some time to do that here, and then I'm going to just help our Ryan when he's critical. Valk is done. I'm gonna help Junkrat on the high ground to see if we can get some value from that, and then I noticed that our Ryan, once that anti wears off, is critical, so I'm just going to do like we've been and just help him out a tiny bit, and that's pretty much game.
Dude, I'm telling you, Blizzard makes fair matches. This was actually a very fair match.
You're just so different. Nice job.
Appreciate it.
Oh, of course.
Play of the game.
Although I am kind of curious what the logic behind this matchmaking is.
I have no clue, but you did great. Before I go, I just want to say, matchmaking is super silly right now. If you end up having a lower ranked player in your game, don't be mean to them. It's not their fault, they didn't ask for this. Just be nice, and you might be pleasantly surprised. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.